What if one day you stopped dreaming forever? Not because of stress, not because of medication, but because something or someone was entering your mind every night. Elias Werner was a 34-year-old sleep researcher at the University of Leuven. For most of his life, he recorded thousands of dreams, his own and others, building a private archive he called the Night Library. He believed dreams were unfinished memories the mind tried to organize. But on November 12th, something changed. Elias woke up and realized he had no dream to write down. The next night, nothing again, and the next, still nothing. For the first time since childhood, his mind was silently blank. At first, he was relieved. No nightmares, no stress. But then the blankness started to feel wrong, too empty, like a room that had been cleaned out without permission. Elias ran self-tests, EEG, REM monitoring, brainwave scans. Everything was normal except for one anomaly. Every night at 2:43 a.m., his REM cycle stopped abruptly. Not slowly, not naturally. Cut, like someone flipping a switch. He checked the footages of his own sleep sessions. At exactly 2:43 a.m., Elias opened his eyes and stared straight at the camera. But he wasn't awake. His pupils didn't react to light. His breathing slowed to almost nothing. And most disturbing, a faint whisper, impossible to identify, was recorded on the microphone. A voice soft enough that it didn't come from his mouth. It came from the room itself. Elias set multiple cameras, mirrors, thermal monitors around his room. At 2:43 a.m. the next night, the cameras captured something new. As his body froze again, the mirror on the opposite wall fogged up, even though the temperature in the room did not change. And for exactly 3 seconds, there was a silhouette behind him. Not a human shape. Too tall, too thin, limbs too long. When Elias woke up, he checked the mirror. There was one fingerprint on the glass. Not his. It was inverted, as if something pressed the mirror from the inside. Elias finally accessed the corrupted data from his REM monitor. A single file appeared, dream_archive_2:43 a.m. But the file was not a video. It was text. One sentence, typed over and over. Stop looking for what you are not meant to remember. Elias froze. He never typed that. No one had access to his laptop. And yet, the timestamp was 2:43 a.m. As he scrolled, the final line appeared. You were never supposed to wake up. The screen went black. Within days, Elias began hallucinating while awake. He would see flashes, reflections, shadows bending in ways they shouldn't. His colleagues found him in the lab one night, staring at the wall with tears in his eyes. When they asked what he saw, he whispered. The dreams didn't disappear. They were taken, one by one. He believed something was feeding on dreams, consuming memories before his mind could store them. Elias booked himself in a sleep isolation chamber. No windows, reinforced doors, constant surveillance. He told the staff, if I don't wake up, open the chamber only after 7 a.m. At 2:43 a.m., everything happened again. Monitors spiked. Thermal sensors detected a sudden drop, only around Elias' head. Every camera glitched except one. In the surviving footage, Elias sat up slowly, eyes empty. Then he smiled, something he never did while asleep. His voice, distorted, layered with another tone, said, "It remembers me now." And then the feed cut. When the staff opened the chamber at 7 a.m., Elias was alive, calm, breathing normally. But when they tried speaking to him, he asked a single question, "Who am I?" Every dream, every memory wiped. The room smelled faintly of cold air, and the mirror inside the chamber had a new fingerprint. Sleep researchers still don't know what happened that night. But here's the strangest part. The timestamp in his brainwave data no longer shows 2:43 a.m. It shows future timestamps, dates that haven't happened yet. If you want part 2, the continuation of the Dream Eater, let me know.